a lot of people to make a ranch rodeo or a rodeo happen, and sponsors are a big important part of that. We're going to have some of our royalty bring in some queens. First, the Rockin' RC Queen, Morgan Bowman, is going to come in the arena with the flag of Two Feathers Ranch. All of that surely of Two Feathers support all things rodeo.
The RC Rodeo!
Welcome everybody, I'm Vance Ruff along with Jeff Martin. Performance number 1 is underway as you see Bert Davis kicking things off. And our first bareback rider of the night,
Chase Redfield, going there. Red Eye Rodeo Company bringing us the livestock. You'll hear us talk about him. Chase Redfield, we talked to him many times in the Northern Rodeo Association finals. Comes in with the first qualified bareback ride of the performance.
When it all comes down to Hamilton, Montana and the Rockin' RC Rodeo, one of the bigger rodeos of the season, and Cowboys are rounding out to see who qualifies the top 10 to get to Butte, Montana.
Well, 62-point marking will get us kicked off as we go back down to the buck and shoots one more time.
Tucker Zing, and a good bucking horse they call Queen Bee. Good shot of Cale Berg, one of our pickup men, CEO of Red Eye Rodeo, along with Michael Beatty.
Yeah, we've talked about this guy, Tucker Zing, for a long time. Really takes it seriously, this sport. And I tell you what, puts in the time in the gym, works out a lot, and it shows in his riding style as well. These animals will make it hard on you toward the end of the summer, and he's happy about that and should be because made an outstanding bareback ride. As the score reflects here tonight, Vance.
77 points to take the lead in the bareback riding. Whalen Tire Replay bringing it to you.
Yeah, that horse just really sucking back and taking all the power up there, and Chase just rearing back and letting him have it. That's a good bareback ride to get us kicked off there. Here tonight, 77 points. Judges liked it. Steps off, and there's an all-around talent as well. We didn't mention that. The bull riding, he can get it done as well.
Let's go to George Gillespie from Darby, Montana, and Wagons.
We were just visiting about George here the other day. Been, featured in the top 50 in the Ram World standings in professional rodeo, and then comes down being able to live around the area, been able to go to some Northern Rodeo Association, so an outstanding talent and a great little bareback ride. Not easy to twist right there, Vance.
Well, the judges put him right there in the number 2 spot at 76 points.
Yeah, that horse right there. And that's why you can see the core strength of George right there really comes into effect. That is a tough horse to keep up there with, and gets right back into spurring motion. And judges liked it and put him in the number 2 spot right now.
Getting another hand in the rigging. Cash Hill, Webo, Montana. Two Feathers, the bucking horse he is drawn. The college champion now here in the Northern Rodeo Association. Looking for another trip to the finals.
Yeah, got the feet working, Cash Hill style there. Man, University of Providence in Great Falls there, it's sure been a founding part of their program in that bareback riding. I know Dick Lyman and the crew are awful proud of that young man.
Pickup men right in, set him down. Cash Hill, another one. Looking for a championship in the Northern Rodeo Association in 2018. Jeff really doing a good job setting his feet and staying right in time with that bucking horse.
Yeah, good showing, especially of those sitting up there and just really making it look pretty here tonight. Outstanding.
Well, as you see the leaderboard, a pair of 77s. That's the top of the leaderboard, performance number 1. So we stay right here and going to transition down to the Rockin' RC timed event in steer wrestling. Jeff Martin coming up next. Kobe King, Dillon, Montana, going to be the first one out. Oh.
And you mentioned that. We just got to talking about Colby making a run for the Northern Road Association and trying to get some padding going into that finals here. And no time will not help him in Hamilton here today.
Well, Jeff, next man set to go. Good shot, our Hazer on the other side. We talk about advantage to the livestock. Give that animal a head start. You see the barrier strung in front of him. You don't want to be early. You don't want to be late. If we break that barrier by leaving too soon, it's a 10-second penalty. The goal, catch that steer by the horns, shape him around, having just a little bit of trouble there now. Watch him go to the nose. On his side with all 4 feet pointed in the same direction. And we get it done at 11.4.
11.4. A little bit of trouble there right off. You saw that steer's head kind of go to the ground, so it cost him a little bit. But we'll move on to another great one.
Well, 2 times past champion Dustin Stevens, Corvallis, Montana, getting set to go. His younger brother Jackson on the Hazen side. A little harder running cow, but Dustin knows how to handle it. Wait him out.
Boy, he does. He handles cattle well. That talent right there, Vance.
6.2 seconds. Great shot from our Whaling Tire replay, but it's a lot of ground to make up.
Old brother going to work, doing a nice little haze for him, keeping him things lined out.
And we're going to get set to go. Past president, many-time qualifier, Walt and Seth, Helena, Montana. You know, healed up from a year ago. Glad to see him back.
Yeah, the champ comes back, former state champ at the basketball and football, but having a really tough time here in Hamilton right now. And
wow.
Lights are on maybe and nobody's home because he took a shot right there.
And no time for the veteran Walt and Seth. Well, we saw Kobe King. Now he's on the hazing side for his older brother Carson King. Talented football player. Chose to go to college. Chose rodeo. Both him and his brother rodeoing for the Bobcats. Carson. And right to the top of the leaderboard.
Nice.
5 seconds flat.
And we talked about strength, and I tell you what, that's one of the stronger ones you'll see in tonight's competition. But when he gets a hold of them, they got no chance. And he shapes them well. You see how he's really using his good technique there. And when he gets an opportunity for that nose, he took it and took him right to the leaderboard, Vance.
Well, strategy so much when the lighter, kind of fresher bulldog and steers like they're doing here is Karsten Peterson from Stevensville is getting set to go. You can't necessarily just catch him by the head and throw that hip into him. Oh, and things are tight, but making it work, and that inside horn gets away.
Well, yeah, you can see him kind of leaning up there a little bit right off that start there. It was awful tight to get down in there and give him a good shot. But
and from Hazer to now competitor Jackson Stevens getting set to go. Our final steer wrestler in performance number 1. Corvallis just down the road from the home of the Rockin' RC Rodeo here in Hamilton. Jackson's another one that, you know, he's a fairly athletic young man. Tie down rover, a steer wrestler. We'll see him doing a little pickup work from time to time. He likes being a cowboy.
yeah, he does a pretty good job at it too, right there with the 9.7, stopping the clock here in the steer wrestling at the Rockin' RC Rodeo.
Whaling Tire bringing you another great replay shot. He had to reach out, get a hold.
He was reaching. There's no doubt about that.
Then bring him around and get him set over. A little longer than he had planned, but performance number 1, we've seen it before. Get a time, get him done. You don't know anything. Stranger things have happened. But with a no time, you know you're done. So giving himself a chip and a chair. We'll be right back right after this. Welcome back to the Rockin' RC Performance number 1. I'm Vance Ruff along with Jeff Martin. It's tie-down roping time, and Jackson Stevens right back to back from steer wrestling now to tie-down roping.
Yeah, we talked about the all-around athlete you saw in the steer wrestling. You'll see him in the team roping, tie-down roping. He's a whale of a talent. Not much luck here in the Rockin' RC in Hamilton so far, though, Vance.
Well, a harder running calf, we've talked about it before, luck of the draw. Cowboys must compete on the animal drawn for them, is Matt Rogers from Missoula getting set to go. Give that calf a head start. You don't want to break that barrier. A 10-second penalty will get added on, but then step number 2, catch them.
Catch them, yeah. Not too hard on our timers. Chris Clark, Kayla Matich. Of course, judges Jay Clark and Don Clark.
Well, no time so far as Jay Gardner from Winnett, Montana getting set to go. Many-time qualifier to the Northern Rodeo Association Finals. Jeff, you and I have seen him go fast.
Boy, he can, and this is where he really makes up his ground. Watch the speed in this guy's hands. And when he gets started, he's done. And that's what business is all about right there. Going to the office, going to work, and getting paid, Vance.
When I wondered if he'd put a Rappahannock on there the way things had kind of shaped up. You see it here in the replay, Jeff. He's got one just kind of waiting for him. A little different animal than the first 2 we saw. And Jade knew it, and here it gets to him in good shape. We got him caught quick, and it just feels, it's all a feel thing right there if you think that calf's going to take it. But Jade goes ahead, wisely puts 2 wraps on, and immediately that calf chested it. But he's in the lead at 8.8. We go to Dustin Stevens from Corvallis. Boy, Jeff, he's got a quick catch as well. Pop that calf around and keep them on their feet. That's where you can be fast. Dustin.
Hurries back to the good AQHA horse there. Mounts up, will take a step forward, put a little slack in that rope, and wait the required 6 seconds for that calf to remain tied there today.
And a good run at 10-3. You see that calf running just a little bit stronger. It looked like Dustin had to reach at him just a little bit. But this is where that strength and technique comes in. You see that he ran right to that calf's head and had him flanked. Then all he has to do is wait for that horse to pull him across so he can set him on his side, and grinds out a tie, and he's got himself an opportunity for some money. Second on the leaderboard right now is Jack Graham from Lakeview, Oregon, getting set to go.
Well, you've talked a lot about it. I know you're pretty high on this good collegiate talent, an all-around man. Jack Graham, you'll see him in the team roping as well. He's got a runner here today. Now things get interesting, Vance.
Well, and you see him headed back to his horse. What he knows is it's very hard to be fast, and at this point, he's going to try to just get on and take care of the calf, take himself out of the running. A little cowboy sportsmanship right there, and we celebrate that. And when Jack's around, his team roping partner is also around. Sam Levine getting set to go, Wolf Creek, Montana. Past champion, all-around champion, past tie-down roping champion in the Northern Rodeo Association.
Sam's another one, yep. We'll very rarely see miss, as I say, here tonight, Vance. But stranger things have happened. Swing and a miss for Sam Levine. We'll go on to the next one.
Well, I'll tell you, when you see someone like Jay Gardner jump out and be 8.8, it changes the game plan. And guys get excited and want to compete, and Sam is a competitor. Dalton Carr, Manhattan, Montana, he's qualified to the Northern Rodeo Association Finals in the past, wants to do it again. And wow, kind of pulls one from the hip there.
Yeah, he did. That's a gunfighter move right there. And No Time comes up. Love that horse he rides, though. Don't know, he's got a really nice horse underneath him.
The veteran, Jay Billingsley, Glasgow, Montana. Next to go for us in the tie-down roping. I really like this horse he bought. He's been rodeoing in the last couple of years. Got him flanked. This is where the young man usually always is lethal and consistent, but boy, just having a little bit of trouble on the tie. And he's going to stop the clock at 14.9. Good cowboy by the name of Ori Fruit owned that horse, and Jay bought him, and it's really changed his game so far. As we're back to the youngster from Gillette, Wyoming, Bailey Young. Oh boy.
Well, you can't blame them for trying to be fast here tonight, and that's exactly like you spoke upon. It had to change the game up a little bit, and these guys are going out there knowing they got to catch one right in front of the roping box to be a part of this one.
Well, a great shot of the VIP boxes as we're going to take a break. We'll be right back right after this. Welcome back, everybody. I'm Vance Ruff along with Jeff Martin. It's Saddle Bronc riding time as Tyler Friend starts us off.
Yeah, Red Eye Rodeo Company been breeding some really good young horses, and I was excited to see a couple of these here tonight. That big, good-looking roan horse coming out there, really cracking in the back end and putting Tyler Friend to the arena floor right now.
Well, he's a past champion for a reason, and you know you got your hands full, and you know you have a good bucking horse prospect if you get him down to the ground too soon. Let's go to Cole Trexler.
Yeah, you talk about young talent, and this one right here, you keep this name somewhere where you can remember it, because Cole Trexler will be around for a long time. His father, his mother, great rodeo family, and just a try and determination, not only in the rough stock, but the timed event side. He took an awful hard hit right there, Vance.
Boy, I'll tell you what. But you know, you hit on it. He's a young superstar with chock full of talent, whether with a rope in his hand or riding these bucking horses. I am a fan of Cole Trexler.
He is, and he'll get that figured out. That's just from, you know, a young kid that's just starting to get on these horses of this caliber, and you watch in a couple of years. I know I had the privilege of riding bulls with his father back in the day, and he was a tough hand, and I know they can not only ranch, and so this is an everyday lifestyle for them.
Gerald Esch, Trego, Montana. Indian Paintbrush is a good draw for this cowboy.
This could be really good watching. We've seen Gerald take the Triple Crown, not only Saddle Bronc. Wow. I'm telling you what, that horse bucks, though. You know, if you can get Gerald Esch to the arena floor that hard and that quick, something either went wrong or that horse really fired, and I believe that horse fired today. He gives thanks up there where thanks is needed just to be able to go on to the next one, but that horse did fire.
That is just something we don't see very often from that talented cowboy. As we go to his brother Leroy now.
Leroy many times to the Northern Rodeo Association Finals, and another great bronc rider as well.
There you go, Leroy.
Yeah,
making that 8-second whistle.
getting tapped off, looking pretty good there, Vance. As we talked about his brother winning that Triple Crown, what we mean by that is he won the bull riding, he won the saddle bronc, and he won the all-around race in 1 year. So Leroy, the Esch boys, they're always fun to watch in the world of rodeo here.
72 points on the ride as you watch the Whelen Tire replay. Boy, another looked like another handful to make it to the 8-second whistle. Leroy gets it done, and he's in the lead. Kareem Minkoff, Billings, Montana. Nice Ice, the bucking horse from Red Eye Rodeo. We've seen this young man before. He's qualified to the NRA Finals.
Look at another great horse just come out firing. Really good right off the start there, and he just could never get in time. It didn't look like there.
Wow.
He just set up and kept trying, but slowly but surely.
Well, the judges reward him for making the whistle for sure. 70 points on the ride, but that left foot, Jeff, just never did ever get going.
Yeah. You can see that horse really firing. I'm kind of excited to see that horse again, where there's a little different outcome, where another person can maybe get to riding with some spurs and getting into that front end. So there's some talented horses here we've got to see so far, Vance.
Cody Miller from Pryor, many-time qualifier, past champion as well in the saddle bronc riding. Makeup face, this is a good matchup as well.
Another good one, on paper that should work out pretty well, especially the way Cody rides. He's another one. We talked about exposure in the bronc riding. He's not afraid to go ahead and turn loose and go to spurring, and that's what the judges, of course, 1-50 on how well they ride, how well the animal bucks. So we'll see how this comes to play here tonight. Yes. Nice little start for him there, Vance.
Holy cow.
I gotta say, looked pretty good. I'm just going back and I'm trying to see if they're coming together with the scores, and you betcha they're going to reward him nicely. How about an 80-point marking? Looked pretty good, Vance.
I liked it. Boy, take us through the Whelen Tire replay. Now, that's really did a good job of moving his feet right here.
Boy, I tell you what, 80 points is, that's good bronc ride, but I wouldn't be afraid to throw a few more at him, too, the way he's looking and lifting and spurring. Right there at the end, maybe he docked him a couple for getting a little bit out of shape, but I tell you what, nothing to slouch over right there. Great bronc ride.
Well, leaderboard change now. Cody Miller in the lead as we go to Jesse Cruz.
Well, world champion back in, I believe, 2009. World champion Jesse Cruz. Spending a little more time around the family here lately, and it's showing off, though. I tell you what, he still rides in championship form just like right now. An amazing little performer for such a long time. Great rodeo family right there, Vance.
Well, it's good to see him make, we've seen him struggle just a little bit, and he's working out through injuries and equipment challenges, and Jesse, all-around competitor, ties for the lead, 80 points.
Yeah, nice bronc ride right there. It has been a great career for this man. Taking Electric City's first world championship back there to Great Falls, and continuing success, like you said, fighting through injuries and being able to spend time with the family on the road. His wife, a very talented champion barrel racer as well, and a group of very cute kids they're raising at home there on the ranch.
Well, and a correction on the score as well. The judges upped it by 181 points for Jesse. He's got the lead as we go to Connor Murnion in Jordan, Montana.
And we talked about Connor, another one of the all-around talents. You'll see him a little later in the bull riding. Connor's dad, a Wrangler National Finals rodeo qualifier, mother, great barrel racer, brother, all-around athletes. It's Jordan, Montana. That's cowboy country right there, Vance.
Oh, dear. When you talk about two young men, both Connor and his brother, you see him outside the arena, very humble, very nice gentleman, great to talk to, always have a smile on their face, even after getting set on the ground with authority.
Yeah, you got a little mud in his feather there, boy. He hit pretty hard, Vance.
Well, we'll be right back with more rodeo action from the Rockin' RC. Welcome back, everybody. I'm Vance Ruff along with Jeff Martin, and now to the ladies in the barrel race.
The NWRA, or the Women's Rodeo Association.
The college talent, Stephanie Bartmus, Great Falls, Montana. She's going to be first. Jeff, the cloverleaf pattern, 1 turn to the left, 2 to the right, and leave them standing. Each barrel possesses a potential 5-second penalty if they get knocked over, and Stephanie's leaving them standing. Now hurry.
Yeah, she's going to be crossing the timeline with a pretty nice little run to get us kicked off here. How about a 17.98, 17.98.
Well, in the money right now. 2 big performances here, kicking off Labor Day weekend. There's a good shot of Mark LaRoe, our NRA rodeo photographer. Ivory Anderson from Condon, Montana, next to go.
And we talked about how many hours of practice and hard work and effort they put into these great AQHA animals. As she goes around barrel number 2, she's got a really nice run started. But I tell you what, it doesn't come easily for these ladies to get paid in the barrel racing here today.
Man, 1867 on the clock. You said it, the horsepower is everything. Horsepower. Setting the pace as she rides out. Jaden Schaefer. She's going to make 1 to the right, now 2 to the left, and just up the bucking chutes a little too far.
Just a bit outside on that first barrel as we head for 2.
Looking better, getting him tightened up. Wide turn on number 3, but Jeff keeping him standing, giving herself a chance.
Yeah, she has room to grow there for sure with a 21.21 on that effort right there. But as we spoke upon it, sometimes you'll run into that horsepower like that not really a seasoned horse or a veteran horse, so that could be the case there. You know, on down the line, we'll see here at another rodeo, and things might be a lot different.
Well, let's go to Wyoming. Sage Core getting set to go, coming in, 1 to the right now. Keep him standing, Sage.
Boy, big, strong, good-looking horse there. Sage is on. She'll make up some ground with those big, long strides from that good AQHA quarter horse she's riding.
1851 is her time. Again, performance number 1. So the leaders from tonight are going to have to withstand slack tomorrow as well as tomorrow night's performance to see how it shake out in the money. Kayla Frawley from Superior, Montana.
As we talked about that too, these girls also competing for that, to be able to be one of the 10 that are qualified for the Northern Women's Rodeo Association finals coming up.
Oh, Rubbin is racing. You've talked about it before. Left it standing. I think we're okay.
Little bobble there on barrel number 3, but she's going to make up for it right now. She tries to get across the timeline. How about an 18.83? 18.83.
Shelby Rasmussen, a past champion, just a youngster, the college standout,
Well,
making
she's
her
had a
home in Bozeman.
Heck of a summer, hasn't she, Vance?
That's how one is supposed to turn around a barrel, Jeff Martin.
Yeah, I tell you what, the sisters, the mom, the whole family enjoying the great sport of rodeo, and they're good at what they do. 17.95, 17.95.
Well, the leaderboard changed now in performance number 1. Celie Salmon, Choteau, Montana.
Yeah, the other all-around talents we've talked a lot about, always in contention for a championship. Is she a little trouble there? You saw that horse kind of balk at that second barrel a little bit. She'll get that fixed up. She is a whale of a talent. That's a really nice horse she rides. 17.66 would have been, but we'll add the 5-second penalty, 22.66.
You know, it's great to see the next generation, though. Her mom and dad, both past champions, many-time qualifiers, and great rodeo families. We go to Whitney Levine. Great turn on barrel number 1. Boy, she's got him firing on a Friday night in Hamilton, Montana. Jeff, round number 3. 18-13. Boy, I thought maybe we were going to see a lead change. You know, and that's the thing, the talent and the number of contestants from college rodeo and then on into the Northern Rodeo Association, like Donna Johnson, the veteran. You have got to be competitive every time that you run through that gate. And if you're not in the low 17s, mid 17s on a standard pattern just like here at the Rockin' RC, you're just not going to get yourself in the paychecks.
That's right. Donna, you know, at the ranch and Belt there, they've raised so many of the great horses that you see up and down the road right now. Had that great sire, barrel racing sire for so many years. It's fun to watch them kind of progress in theirs. We go Shea McDonald.
Well, this young lady talked about having another great summer as well, and she's making that transition from the junior division up into the ladies the last couple of years and finding herself in a chance and an opportunity for a championship.
Well, she's got a run right now going on, and it looks like there will be a leaderboard change right now. Fastest run of the weekend so far with a 17.55.
Boy, Jeff, that's going to be hard to beat. Love to see those youngsters. The future is bright in the barrel race in Montana.
Beautiful shot of the scenery here at the Ravalli County Rockin' RC Rodeo.
Well, we're going to transition right to the junior barrel race. It's time for the kids in a different division. Is Paige Palin, no stranger, friend of the winner circle here at the Rockin' RC. She's past rodeo royalty here.
Yeah, this is one of the funnest things that I love about the Northern Rodeo Association with an 18.51. It's the ability to get our youth involved and get them a chance to progress in their rodeo career. So what an outstanding opportunity.
Brooklyn Bockel next to go. Love cheering on the kids. That junior high division as well. In high school rodeo and junior high rodeo, a lot of these kids coming off an opportunity to go to nationals as well. And now back home in the Northern Rodeo Association to finish off the summer. 1864.
$18.64 on that last run with more to go. They don't spare extra room here. I'm telling you what, they fill the crowd in really nicely. Caden Schweigert, our next contestant here.
Boy, you said it. It's every event that they have during Fair Weekend here in Hamilton, Montana. They pack them in. The crowd's electric, always having fun. Right now, Caden's having some fun getting around the barrels. And but it's a little longer than she had planned, 21 and 17. Rockin' RC Rodeo performance number 1. 2 big performances. It kicks off Labor Day weekend, which also ends the season for the Northern Rodeo Association and the Northern Women's. So then they'll figure up the top 10 in every event. Arena Failer from Boulder, Montana, next to go.
Well, you said it. Even walking around back there, visiting those guys before the performance, you could tell the tension's up there, and there's something to be said about that. You know, after all these miles and the traveling that these guys do to go to these rodeos and to come down to one weekend, there's something special about that. A little tough look on that barrel there. We'll add a little 5-second penalty to that run. So a 24.02 comes up.
But Jeff, you know, you hit it on the head. The final rodeo weekend, there's this rodeo and then Helmville. Haven Wolstein gets set to go. But the money they add here at the Rockin' RC, it is. If you're on the bubble, this is your last opportunity. And if you're down a few notches and you can have a great weekend.
A little pick-me-up.
Yes,
Pick-me-up.
yes.
A lot of good rodeos like you mentioned.
Haven Wolstein is making a run, Jeff Morin, around number 3.
That horse is getting with it here. Is she going to be going across the timeline and stops it at an 18.39, Vance?
Fastest time we've seen so far. And an opportunity for the young lady to really make a notch. The juniors qualifying for the finals same time as the adults. And a championship opportunity for Haven is Lauren Wagner now.
This is awesome. Lauren, no bigger than a bar of soap, but I'm telling you what, you wouldn't know it from watching her ride. She goes at it.
Well, and actually riding, handling it.
She is making sure she does what she wants her to do. So it's fun to watch.
20 and 90 on the run. As she heads outside, we're going to take a break and we'll be right back with more rodeo action. Welcome back, everybody. Jeff Morin, I'm Vance Ruff. Jack Graham and Sam Levine are going to start us off in the team roping. Header on one side, Jeff. Give the steer a head start. 3 legal head catches like that. Heel shot, 2 back feet. And 6.40 on the run. I really like it when the first team comes out and they're smooth and they're aggressive. It sets the pace for the rest of the performance.
And exactly, you know, this team, they don't know any different, though. I think that's kind of how they set their game plan each and every time, whether they're going to go for the gold every time, Vance, and I like that.
Jade Stoddard on the head side, Matt Williams, the Idaho team.
Another team that can go ahead and take the money any given day.
No. Flag still in the air, and in no time is going to come in. You've got to keep those ropes tight, keep those dallies up and face until the flagger drops that flag as we go to Joshua and Tyler Barnett, the youngsters from Three Forks. Their dad hauls them around to a lot of rodeos. He loves to rope. The boys love to rope. And they're not afraid to enter up. And right there you see it as well. Now he has one hind leg, and I think that's what went on with Matt Williams as well. They know that one hind leg's not going to get you any money. They kick the dallies loose before the flag drops. Mark Salmon, Chris Barthelmess. A pair of veterans, I'm going to call them. Mark Salmon is as lethal as anyone on the head side. And young Chris, he'll get your money.
Yeah, nice little run right there. And you said it just right. Mark won his fair championships in the day and continues to rope at a high level. And it's fun to watch him being back here.
Randy Sachs and Greg Cassidy, hometown Cowboys, from just down the road in Stevensville. Boy, another smooth run.
Nice.
So we talk about, started off fast, started off smooth and aggressive, and everybody picks the game up at 7.4. Carson and Kobe King, the brothers from Dillon. And we're going to be empty looped on the head side.
Yeah, not the day at the office they were looking for in the team roping here.
Chase Holt doing the heading. Ty Lindstrom. He was going for it.
Boy, he went and threw that heel loop like he was right there in the mix of things, and he would have been, but a little tough luck there in no time.
Dalton Carr, Jake Plagemeyer. Talked about Dalton being that all-around opportunity, and there's another little hip shot he likes to pull off when he's reaching.
Oh, look at that. Nice.
A lot of rope out there on the head side, but his healer kind of bailed him out.
Well, he
there
did.
At 7.5.
Now, we talked about the young Cole Trexler. Here he is again, Vance.
TJ French trying to get the headshot on there, give Cole a chance. Oh. Empty looped it in no time as we go to Dustin Datesman and Justin Boggs. Boy, them steers are a little bit all over the place if they think they can outrun you.
Yeah, just it wasn't quite working out on that one right there. A little tough luck. As we talked about, a good shot of her fans up there in the Rocket RC, Hamilton, Montana. Folks, stick around. We got a lot more rodeo action right after this.
Welcome back, everybody. I'm Vance Ruff along with Jeff Martin, and the ladies turning the roping. It's Madison McLaughlin going to start things off in the ladies' breakaway roping. Madison growing up over there in the Gallatin Valley, going to school in Missoula and rodeoing for Coach Corey Mitty and the Grizzlies. And she starts us off with a nice smooth run. You see the barrier strung, Jeff, just in all our timed events, giving that calf a head start. But the rope in the ladies is tied to the saddle horn with a piece of grocer string right at the flag, as Irie Anderson's going to show you. When you rope them, it's got to be a clean bell catch right around the neck.
Yeah, and you'll see these guys, 5.5 right there as they stop the clock, but it's going to get a lot faster by the time it's all said and done, Vance. We've seen some fast early twos to get the piece of the money most of the summer here in the Northern Rodeo Association. So look for this one to be jumping all over that leaderboard if she gets an opportunity. Celie Salmon, one of the premier athletes in the Northern Women Rodeo Association, many-time champion, as she's going to be backed into the box looking to be gunning.
Well, and a great shot from our cameraman right there, and an opportunity to kind of see that barrier is going to come into play right here.
We saw her, though. You can just see it coming, though. We knew that it was going to get a lot faster, but we'll add that 10-second penalty, so a 12 flat.
Stephanie Bartmus again. Kef kind of beating her to the right, and then we're going to miss him.
And a little tough luck. here today in Hamilton.
Morgan Tucker from Clinton, Montana. Trying to get a swing off in the box and around the neck. Morgan.
Yeah, that is how it's done.
2.7 on the run.
You know, there's some outstanding opportunities for these breakaway ropers with that new event they added in the Americans. So you'll see a lot of these cowgirls that we haven't even actually seen in a long time coming out and getting back into good shape here, trying to get qualified for that. That's a great opportunity for them.
Molly Salmon, the younger sister, taking an opportunity. And no excuses for the good talents, but when those calves beat us out and get to the right, that is the hardest shot to get it around their neck. Sage Court, Gillette, Wyoming, taking a reach and throw.
It's fishing time, Vince.
Well, doggone it.
That's like what we call a chub. A little nibble, but didn't quite take the bait there, so no time.
Oh, Shelby Rasmussen. I like the offense, but did you saw that the rope just kind of wrap around the neck, hook the nose, enough to break it away, but not a legal catch. At no time. Nicole French from Stevensville. Holy cow. Well, you can see right there that front leg in the loop. And it's going to be a no time for her as well. Allison Whitcup from Corvallis, growing up in eastern Montana. Allison.
Oh, she swung for it. She know that 2.7 is hanging out there. She's going to have to be fast, so it didn't quite work out for her there. But I like the aggressive attitude.
Well, let's transition right to the juniors now. How about Cash Trexler?
Look at that.
Snapping it on one.
I mean to tell you, put the brakes on and fly right by Cash. Showing you how to do it with that 4.4, but that replay is going to show us exactly what we wanted to. Whalen Tire replay bringing us, look at this. Got a little heavy on the, almost passing that calf up. But
and I tell you what, if you want to get a partner in the goat ropings and Cash is around, he is deadly. As we go to Josh Barnett. Some with his brother earlier in the team roping. Oh, not quite passing over that nose. The Three Forks Cowboy is going to take a no time. But you touched on it earlier, and what a great opportunity. The Northern Rodeo Association having the opportunity for these kids to get involved, to travel up and down the road with their parents, compete against one another. As Brooklyn Bockel from Clyde Park next to go.
Well, we've seen some, we've talked about the youth, but we've also, it's a great place to be able to come back to, too, any given time. We've seen world champions nod their heads here today, so an outstanding opportunity as no time comes up on that last run.
Tegan Arnold from Conrad making the journey to Hamilton, Montana for some of that Rockin' RC junior breakaway rope and money. As he's got his hammer cocked, Jeff Martin.
Yep.
Kind of peeking down, trying to see that calf instead of looking right up over the top of his horse's ears. And every time he did that, everything just kind of kept hesitating.
Side, yeah, that's a good point right there.
And Tyler Barnett, Three Forks, Montana.
Big, good-looking paint horse he rides here today.
Oh, a quick throw. I like the offense, but again, we still got to get it around their neck, give yourself an opportunity. And Arena Failer's back. You see a lot of these kids are entering both events, opportunity for all-around championships as well. And boy, all kinds of trouble for Arena. I guarantee her mother will have her back in the practice pen tomorrow morning. They'll get it straightened out, and you'll see her again later on down the rodeo. But that concludes the juniors in the breakaway roping and the ladies as we roll out the Coors Barrel. Don't go anywhere. Bull riding coming up next. Welcome back to Hamilton, Montana. I'm Vance Ruff along with Jeff Marn. BullBiz23 on the old Snapchat. As Gerald Ash from Trago, Montana is getting set to go. Jeff, are you ready?
Oh, it's full metal again. I tell you what, Red Eye Rodeo Company, we've talked about their great bulls and what they've been bringing. This is an opportunity right here. You'll see that purple cloud, and that means that was one of the featured bonus bulls. If he could have got the 8-second whistle, we'd have had a little bonus cash for the man, but not going to happen here tonight.
Wow, I love the idea.
Little added.
Maybe a little less purple dust.
A little excess dust, maybe, but other than that, it was brilliant. Whelen Tire replay. That bull will find his way out of the purple cloud and hit the out gate as we got more bull riding, Vance.
Well, Kelly Murnion getting set to go. Jordan, Montana. We talked about his brother Connor.
Nutcracker been around for a long time, and an opportunity for these guys to get on the pay window right here. My wife, actually, one of the proud raisers of that bull, back a few years ago, selling him to Red Eye Rodeo Company, and a 75-point marking will come up for the first qualified ride here today.
Well, take us through this Whelen Tire replay, Jeff. Boy, Kelly's really coming on in the bull ride.
He is, you know, right there, he sat back on his pockets way too far for what I like, but then he said, you know what, I got to get back to work here. You see that last second right there was just pure grit and determination getting to the 8-second whistle, and that pays in bull riding. 75 will be the lead.
Wrapping the hand in the ropes, Peyton Fitzpatrick from Polson, Montana. Gru, the bucking bull from Red Eye Rodeo.
Number one man going into the weekend right here, and looks to add to it. Look at this.
More purple dust.
Yeah, Peyton, he's been on fire this summer, Vance. He's taken his bull riding to the next level, and it's really fun to see. And he just takes a little shot to the Wranglers, shirts and jeans right there. But you know what? When you're riding that good, pain doesn't hurt that bad.
Well, 82 points.
Grew a little bull with a lot of heart right there. We've talked about that bull, and a lot of bull ridings going up and down the road. But Peyton Fitzpatrick, when we talk about patience and bull riding, look at this. This is how you do it. He's just waiting and kind of hamming it up a little bit, sitting back and rearing back, making it look a little bit tougher, and that's going to help him in the score, Vance.
Well, it helped him enough to go right to the lead. 82 points. It's another one getting set to go. Corey Everett's from Laurel, Montana, and Honey Badger.
Well, Corey, we haven't seen Corey going up and down the trail for a long time, but good to see him back here. Corey Everett's the bull rider. Honey Badger, we've definitely seen Honey Badger going down the road. That this bull seems to get a little better every time they has an out on him. A young bull that, you know, kind of made his first debut this last year on the season, the Mountain Rodeo Series. So he looks like he's going to keep continuing to progress too. So just not having a great day, but Corey Everett's, good job for you to keeping your hand closed tonight.
Well, making it work. 70 points on the ride. I guess an opportunity to see if 70 will get you into the paychecks.
Yeah, I don't know, that bull just seemed like he really couldn't put much kick to it here today, and it's just not his normal outing. But nice job and continued patience there by Corey getting to the 8-second whistle here today. Took a little shot by that gate, but he's all right. Bullfighter's doing a great job.
To the eastern part of the state, Miles City, Montana, the number 12 man in the NRA standings.
Well, let's go to a young man that's just outside of the top 10, Michael Cruz, Miles City. And the Ripster is what he's got drawn in his first performance.
The Ripster. Ripster here, he's getting settled in. You see that bull kind of leaning on that inside. He says, I like him right there, but he is sitting back on the pockets in a bad way, Michael Cruz. Boy, he had that shot at him at the end, and he took a little shot there to boot. He's not feeling the greatest right now, but a no score comes up for Michael. He didn't like the seat he had in the Whelen Tire replay, showing it pretty good.
Well, Connor Murnion getting set to go. We saw him in the saddle bronc riding, but really, I would say this is his premier event.
It is, you know, and this bull has finally settled down a little bit. He's extremely mean. You can see him out there keeping that head up, and he wants to play rodeo out there with the bullfighters usually. He's kind of settling down a little bit more, but Connor, I'm not so sure he didn't come down just a little bit early.
Boy, it looked like he thought he'd made the 8-second whistle.
Yeah,
it wasn't that he got bucked off.
A little bit of patience because he's sitting right where he needed to be. And right toward the end of there, I believe that he just kind of got waiting, looking for a good spot to get off, and got caught for it right there.
Boy, that's a little tough luck for the good cowboy.
Keep your chin down until you hear that whistle, Vance. That's the name of the game.
Strady Jr., the bull, Tucker Zing, the bull rider.
Yeah, we talked about a bareback riding. Put a school on earlier here for us. I talked about the all-around talent. He can ride bulls good, too. Made the Montana Circuit Finals as well. And make it a bull ride. And took a shot at the end there. But, boy, I sure liked how he was going at that bull for about 7.5 seconds.
Wow, I thought maybe that we were going to see a leaderboard change, and just like that, his hand come out. And
we definitely would have seen a leaderboard change because watch out, puts his feet down, kind of almost clicked his heels, but kind of kneed up on him a little bit, got right back where he needed to be. Loosened up a little bit toward that end and really sent him to the ground hard. Nice job by the bullfighters taking him away out of harm's way.
Well, that'll bring things to a close here. Friday night, first performance of the Rockin' RC Rodeo in Hamilton, Montana. Stick around as we wrap things up. We'll be right back.
Appreciate you guys being here. Thank you on behalf of the Rockin' RC Rodeo, the 2017 Platinum Rodeo of the Year. Thank you, Curly Ruff, on the music side. Birthday.